Hello guys, just a quick one. Today I'm unpacking the long-awaited book that I have. But before I do that, let me just show you guys around. I've moved offices. Yeah, I'm now shooting from the office. I'll call it the office, for lack of a better expression. Yeah, it'll make sense later. It'll make sense as time goes, what have you. But I'm excited. My book has finally arrived and it arrived via, you have already thrown away the bags, everything. I was so eager that I opened it. So essentially I arrived via a courier guy all the way from Durban. And it was nicely wrapped in this. I don't know if you played with this as a kid. Definitely did. And yeah, lastly inside this plastic. And what do we have? As you guys would have seen in my earlier videos, stop sneaking. I've uploaded videos on how to invest, the A to Z of investing. Yeah, and it's just been crazy because in essence, what you're trying to do by telling the story of shares or the story of companies is to paint the picture for people. Because other asset classes like property especially, they've got a physical, tangible thing that you can look at and say, that's what I'm buying when I invest my money. And oftentimes you don't have that for shares. And so what I decided to do was to essentially come up with an investment booklet or an investment portfolio booklet or book that can better explain what shares or what companies you're investing in. And I think just to take away that myth that you're not really investing in something tangible, what we fail to understand most of the time is that when you invest in a stock, you're actually buying a piece of the company. So I'll give you an example. I start a company, let's say with 50 Rand today. I register at CIPC and I start making money, revenue, profits, revenue, expenses, profits, incomes, whatever you, right? And then I need to expand. So then I invite you guys to buy shares in my company. What that does is it gives you entitlement to future profits and it gives me access to more money to expand my company. What am I going to do with that money? Perhaps buy these fancy chairs, buy laptops, buy rent an office building, you name it, right? But the money is actually going somewhere into tangible items for me to actually expand my company. Fast forward a year or two, the company grows and I get customers, make profits, and I've got now the profits on my hand. What do? I pay out the dividend. To who? To you, my shareholders, probably including myself, because I wouldn't sell 100% of my company away. So we now become profit partners in this thing. Why do you deserve the dividends or why do you deserve profits? Because you gave me money when I needed to grow. Fast forward even further, we turn 20 years down the line. I've got a nice office building. I've got, you name it, nice stuff, nice bathroom with the mirrors that have got the lights around. So for cute bathroom selfies, obviously, white, we look good for work. And people have to know that this is how we dress up, right? So we've got all of that going. And I think if you speak to some of the guys, I know one of the dreams I've had, one of the things I'm one day pushing for is to, you see the Deloitte building there, go waterfall. It's not advertising Deloitte, it's just recognizing game where you see it. That building is super nice. Now imagine I've got that, the shares are selling, not like the shares are out there, they're owned by somebody, I own a piece and I'm running the company. Now you decide that, you know what? You've made as much money as you think you can make from this company. And therefore, what you're going to do is sell your shares. Now you sell them to the secondary market. All that does is it replaces you with somebody else that wishes to be entitled to future profits in my company. And that's all that we've been doing. Now, when people say shares are not anything tangible, I would say, yeah, perhaps not the shares themselves, but in essence, the thing that they entitle you to is tangible. when you present that certificate, and in the olden days, there used to be actual share certificates. I'll just have a look if I can find one. Hopefully in one of the videos I'll post it in future, right? It used to be an actual certificate, like a certificate of ownership. You know, like when you buy a carpet, oriental carpets, or when you buy some exotic plants or like palm trees, that sort of thing. They actually gives you a certificate of ownership to show that this person owns a carpet to the value of XYZ. Exactly the same with shares. It's essentially a share certificate. We just call it shares now because the certificate is no longer issued. You can still request that they issue an actual certificate and then have it in certificate format. Otherwise, we just hold it digitally. And then that entitles that holder of that certificate now to future profits that I would declare in my company, right? Or dividends that I will declare. Having said that, that then explains that actually, if you're a shareholder in Deloitte, you literally own a piece of the Deloitte building in Waterfall. So you actually can go there and hug a chair, hug a door, hug a corner of the building and be like, this is mine. You can actually even take a piece of chalk and throw it out and write your name there. Obviously, you may be arrested for graffiti and the like, but in principle, that is your corner of the building. And if anything were to happen to Deloitte and they sell the building, you essentially have got a title deed. Actually, I'll go with title deed. You've got a title deed that says this person is entitled to X% of this company. And that's what we're doing when we're investing in shares. So what your chairman did, he took it a step further and he decided, let me actually stop with this virtual thing and actually make it real, right? And I then went and I produced this magnificent work. I don't think you guys can see it very well, but you see the golden ball inside there shines, the heart shines, and the let us take you there shines. In essence, this is Finance Hard Capital. I don't know if it will show better when I bring it closer. It's something that you probably have to visit our offices to see and be able to appreciate, right? This is my booklet of my investment portfolio and all the shares that I own. Look at that. And at the back, it's got my contact details. It says contact us. There we are. That's your chairman right there. And now if you come to our offices, you'll encounter this hardcover portfolio of our investments. If I can just quickly show it off, it essentially looks like this, right? I'll start it at the end and page it that way. So you'll see inside, it's basically got all the companies that I recommend you invest in, as well as the evaluation. So I did a schematic diagram showing why I think the company is worth what I think it is. And yeah, walala wasala, walala wasala. The book isn't available to you guys if you're not investors with me. It is available to my shareholders. It won't be in hardcover format. It will be in paperback, also very good, also very nice. But it will essentially show you all the shares that I'm investing in and why. And now you can own that essentially for life. You can put it on your desk, you can put it around your house and always show people that, listen, these are all the corporate certificates of the companies that I own or the booklet of the companies that I would like to own. If you are not an investor with Finance Hard Capital or myself, you can buy the book from me. I'll let you know how much it is. It's not going to be cheap at all. You're looking at 1,000 Rand plus. But what it does is it gives you a list of 20 companies that I have valued, which if you like, you can decide to buy for yourself. But I'm super excited. This is easily one of the best things that I've ever done for myself in the share investing world, simply because it involves continuously bringing to life what I see on a daily basis. And that is that tangibility to shares, the tangibility to share ownership. If share ownership is not real to us, if it's not tangible to us, if it's not something that we can put our hands on and say, this is what it means to be a shareholder in a company, then I don't think we're ever going to get to generational wealth. I'm very comfortable then that you essentially can sign out in that regard and say, this is not for me. But until you've had a visit to our offices and touched the book itself, I think you shouldn't be too quick to write it off. It's got your chairman there, story by him. It's got the founders of Finance Hard Capital, myself and Mr. Ndlela. You guys will be familiar with him from our website, you name it. I think it's an all-round phenomenal book. It's got a quotation there again by your chairman, yours truly. Table of contents, there's our logo. So this is the logo that's printed outside. It's just that I wanted it printed on the navy blue, and the reason why is because it's actually royal blue. I love the concept of royal blue. And if you check there, for me, that's a shout out to my roots, back to the villages. If we can see kids in villages making money off of the stock market from owning the economy, my job is done. Gone are the days where to colonize a country or to own an economy or to become super wealthy, you needed an army, you needed inside connections. Today, you can do it literally with a click of a button on Easy Equities, as well as if you know what you're doing through the calculations that we have in here. Those of you that get the opportunity to buy the book, holla at your boy. Let me know what you think about it. I'm super excited. Feel free to come give us a visit and let me know what you think of our offices and of my new purchase. Super excited. Check you guys later.